Hello everyone, I'm delighted to be here with you. Today, I'll be discussing the dilemma between Japanese security policies and environmental consequences, illustrated by the unique case of Okinawa. Thank you. Okinawa is a Japanese prefecture located in the Indo-Pacific, positioned between Taiwan, China, and Korea. Now, let me ask you a question. Who here has ever been to Okinawa? Okay, many people, amazing. So, Okinawa often evokes images of crystal clear water, a vibrant food and culture, and a distinct history. Now, seeing those pictures, who would like to go to Okinawa? Much more people, amazing. When I traveled to Okinawa a few years ago, I wasn't fully aware of all the political tensions lying beneath its beauty. As a master's student in environment and sustainability, I discovered a complex reality where militarization, peace, and security intersect with environmental consequences. This case is so interesting that I decided to make it my master's thesis. Through this presentation, I would like to highlight that when we discuss about peace and security, national policies often overshadow environmental consequences. Today, we'll explore how environmental issues lying at the core of sustainable policies are deeply intertwined with peace and security. Now, to better understand the present, let's take a look at the past. Okinawa was once an independent kingdom, better known as the Ryukyu Kingdom, until it was annexed by Japan in 1609. Until it was annexed by Japan in 1609. After the Meiji Restoration in 1879, Okinawa was officially made as a Japanese prefecture, where assimilation policies were imposed. During World War II, Okinawa endured a fierce battle, losing about 1/4 of its population. It is also called as a sacrificed land, as it was the only place invaded by the United States during World War II, in Japan. Okinawa remained under US control until 1972 and was reverted to Japan. I'm so sorry. Okinawa remained under US authority until 1972, when it was officially returned to Japan. Despite that fact, Okinawa remained US military presence persisted. Today, 15% of Okinawa's land is still occupied by US military bases. Now, 15% might not sound like much, right? However, this means that 70% of all exclusive military bases across Japan are located on only 0.6% of the land. Let's imagine this scenario in Switzerland, right? This would mean that 70% of military bases, foreign military bases, would be concentrated in the city of Geneva. Now, for people familiar with this city, you might understand its consequences and its impact. This situation inevitably creates a stark imbalance across Japan. This brings us to Okinawa's central dilemma. There are geopolitical reasons for Okinawa to be occupied given its location. However, there are other factors which contribute to this concentration of military bases in Okinawa. Since its annexation and legacy under US authority, Okinawa has experienced a system of structural dispossession and impoverishment, therefore creating unequal power relations, as you might imagine. The local economy now relies heavily on US military bases, which brings its own challenges, including environmental and social consequences. The dominant narrative frames Okinawa as the burden bearer for security. But experts are raising a critical question. Are there really no way to lift the burden off Okinawa's shoulders when it leads to critical environmental consequences and widespread local opposition? Now, to better understand the entanglement between Okinawa's militarization, societal, and environmental concerns, let's take a look at the case of the relocation of the Futunma Air Base to Henoko. In 1996, soldiers committed a crime against an Okinawan child. Therefore, the US and the Japanese government decided to push the Futunma Air Base further from the population, replacing it to Henoko. Henoko is renowned for its natural beauty and biodiversity. It is also home to 292 endangered species, and it is recognized by Okinawa's prefectural government and by the IUCN as a biodiversity hotspot, as it is home to an endangered species called the dugong, which is an Okinawan cultural icon. Despite that fact, relocation decision was made. In addition, the environmental impact assessment, a mandatory process to evaluate environmental consequences, was claimed as deeply flawed, highlighting the unsustainability of this decision. Since the relocation decision, environmentalists and anti-militarization activists have been raising strong objections. Despite this protest, the construction controversially began. The argument for Okinawa's military bases rests on security strategy. Okinawa is a key player in the first island chain, essential to Japan's and US strategy amidst a rising tension in the Indo-Pacific. This is becoming even more of a pressing issue as the Japanese Prime Minister is envisioning establishing projects such as an Asian version of NATO. Yet on the local side, the environmental and social damages are undeniable. They are harming the population, its environment, and unique ecosystem, as well as raising a crucial question. Does the increased militarization in Okinawa make it safer, or instead is it turning as a target again, while justifying environmental degradation? I want to conclude with two questions. How can we balance national security with the rights and voices of local communities? And what does true sustainability looks like in a region caught in the web of militarization? Today, I leave you with more questions than answers. But these questions deserve our attention, not only in Okinawa, but also globally. As Nico said this morning, having a wider lens helps us enhancing our comprehension on critical questions such as these ones. As I will embark on my fieldwork next semester, I hope to come back with additional answers. Thank you very much.